Hardstock Diamond? Not anymore. After hundreds of games without progress, I climb to Master in just 13 games with only one comp, Dynamo Flex. This is game 2 of the climb. Full match, full breakdown. Enjoy! Alright, on to game 2. It's a Twisted Fate open again, where you get gold at every stage, so you usually cap a little bit higher. In the previous game we had a crazy high cap with Zach, even beating a 4-course 3-star. If you've missed it, make sure to watch it. I'll link it in the end of the video. Getting an Elise and a Morgana. I'm pretty sad already now to just force it in that case, because I just got a good experience with it. So I want to try and limit test it even more, because in general it's just a very good comp. I got a tier opener. Well, like usually you want a tier opener, and it's just way easier because you usually want blue buff. Like I'm set. I'm going Dynamo again. So let's see what I'm doing here. So the augments. High voltage wouldn't be too bad here, to be fair, because we're in AP line, but I just sorta like Spoils of War. Especially if you've got a strong opener. Like, I didn't really have that much of a strong opener, but I kinda lucked out here and got Mark 2 and Vi. So I just level, put them in and play for win streak now. With those items, usually when you would play tempo and not force Dynamo, like I'm doing, then Shojin is probably a better slam, since Gunblade is like usually your last item. It's very good, but it doesn't do too much when you don't have any other items. But since I already have the components for it and I want to win streak, I'm just slamming it, especially due to the Spoils of War. Just grants extra gold, and I'm fairly happy here. Dynamo Flex is just a pretty sweet comp. Here I probably shouldn't have put out the Vi. I just made the board weaker, but it's just for more gold and for, yeah, it's just to get more econ here. And I kinda expect to win anyway. Of course, I didn't really scout, so it was definitely not the correct play. I should have played Vi here. Should also not sell it. I'm selling the pair. Yeah, it's fine with the gold. Here I should probably scout, see how strong they are. I'm actually doing it. I'm thinking I should be stronger than these guys, so I don't think I'm actually leveling. Like, Spoils of War is just difficult, I'd say. Like, you sort of need a very strong board. Like, as you've seen, it doesn't perform that well usually, but I really like it. I wouldn't place it in D tier, but I kinda always take it if I've got a pretty decent start. And even if I didn't kinda luck out with Morgana 2, I still had Elise, so I could expect to start a win streak now after Carousel, when I would have even gotten tier if I were to lose streak. But I always prefer to win streak. Generally, just pick it up on the way. So we're of course super strong here. Like, with a tier we would basically be unbeatable. I'm definitely trying to play for Vanguard here. Already sort of starting to improve on the scouting. Some games it's a little bit more rough, some games it's easier. And especially if you are playing the same comp several times, you just got the general idea down, what to do, what frontline to play, and what your spikes are. So it is just way easier to focus on the different things when you don't have to think about, okay, what units do I want to play? How do I want to go for it and be too absorbed on your own board? But being able to scout and determine whether you can win streak or whether you lose the fights. So here I'm also picking up a Gragas. I think it should be stronger with a Divine Corp 2 or the Divine Corp 3 with it. I'm not sure though, so I think I'm just playing the Braum here, which is totally fine. Both should be totally reasonable. And here we get our last win streaking all of stage 2. It's pretty nice, especially because I'm thinking about keeping it in stage 3 just due to how strong my board is as of right now. So yeah, we're just in a very good spot. So let's see what items we are going to get. Tier would be ideal, of course, and any AP item, any AD items, of course, go on Misfortune Light and go on Jhin as your placeholder. Getting lots of gold, which is very nice because we, of course, always want to go level 9 to unlock the full potential of the comp, hitting the Jhin and getting more gold. Like with the Twisted Fate start, where you get gold every stage, the comp is definitely also easier to play where you're applying level 9 comp. You can, of course, another emerging comp, or not emerging, but a very popular comp that has been pretty strong throughout the whole set is the Urgot comp, with where you also just go level 9, play for Boombot and some Divine Corp, which is another alternative comp, but it also features similar items actually, so you could also opt to go that on level 9, because blue buff is also based on Urgot. So we're on a streak here, it's very nice. Pretty sure I'm going level 7 here, but first off the augments. And we're getting calculated enhancement, which gives 4 random champions in your last 2 rows 4 attack damage and 50 ability power, and that is very good because it benefits Misfortune and also Lease on the other hand. So yeah, pick it. Reroll the others to see if there's something else that will be intriguing, but that's just usually something you just auto-pick. Maybe Binary could compete, or other similar augments that are very good for this comp, but yeah, calculated enhancement is just very good because it benefits several units, benefits Elise and Misfortune. So here I'm going level 7 to preserve the win streak, also because we're just very strong. Put the pressure on the lobby and of course benefit from Spoils of War. Has been super worth it. My economy is great due to all the gold I'm dropping. So I'm 100% settled to go level 9 here and play Dynamo Flex again for the 2nd game in a row. And I'm thinking about back-to-back wins at this stage, even though it's pretty early and other guys can high roll like he did with Zeri, hitting Zeri on 6, and I think it was a Radiant item on it. Should be very strong, yeah. But so far we've been dominating the lobby. We're soon to fall off though. Have to be careful if we want to preserve the win streak. Which may not be possible without the tier and then at least 1. But it's still going good, yeah. This will be the first loss, most likely. Yes, it is. Yeah, that's totally fine. Like, there was no way to upgrade the board any more. Well, at that point, because we want to stay above 50. Keep the good economy. We've got lots of HP. It's also very important when you are in a very good spot to not doom roll, meaning to roll to 0 despite having lots of HP. You should rather use the HP you have as a buffer. And oh, just a super lucky shot, at least 2. Crazy strong, getting the tier. And kinda sad we just lost the round, because now our spot is very, very good again. I'm pretty sure we should be the strongest in the lobby, most likely. Maybe this guy could potentially compete, but yeah, maybe we lose against the the extra deck player. But yeah, when you've got so much HP, you should use the HP as a buffer to get to level 9 and not try to stabilize the board desperately, rolling to 0 or lower, rolling to 0 or and giving all your gold away and abandoning, in that sense, sort of the angle to go level 9. But it's always a little bit tricky, because when you definitely have to stabilize the board before going to level 9, so you have to roll a little bit on 8, but not too early. Like with the 93 HP, it's 3-6. Wolves are coming up soon. If I were to level to 8 at 4-1, so after Wolves, or at 4-2, try to go for Misfortune, stabilize my board, and then be the strongest in the lobby. I might even be the strongest in the lobby, but my angle to 9 is way more difficult, so sacking a few more rounds would be way better to lose a little bit of HP and preserve the gold in that sense. But of course it always depends on the situation, and this game we've just got an amazing spot, like hitting the at least 2 for free and getting the blue buff, and the Rabadon's spot is just very good. And there are 2 more Broms and a Cane. It's crazy shops. Like the streak is just snowballing. It's very nice. For items in this one, we are definitely looking for tank items or more AD components for Misfortune. I'm scouting a little bit. Should still be one of the strongest in the lobby, but after Wolves, after the creep round, 3-7 and 4-1, most people will try to stabilize, roll harder, a little bit deeper. We've gotten some components. Should definitely be Infinity Edge, most likely, or Last Whisper. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. It's Last Whisper, not too bad. And here I could just slam, yeah, Sunfire Cape, which is just fairly decent to preserve more HP. Because I'm definitely angling to go level 9 here. And Deathblade, Last Whisper is also totally fine. Infinity Edge would have also been totally fine. Together, or paired with Giant Slayer, would both be fine. Just opted for Last Whisper here. Fights are getting very close, but at least still manages to go through. Still getting the Spoils of War treats, which just helps us stay very comfortable on 50 gold. And so for our last augment, it's definitely not misconnections. We've got Sunfire, so we also roll this. This shouldn't be too bad. We can't go... Yeah, it should be Band of Thieves here. Pair of 4s, you usually just play Misfortune. And Find Your Center is very good for Zag. And we just hit a lucky Zag on 7. Crazy luck, actually. Now it always depends whether you want to roll or go straight 9. Without the Zag, I might have opted to go for 9 and Zag a few more rounds. But with Zag, we definitely want to roll on 8 because we already benefit from the blobs. There's one part why you usually don't want to roll too low on 8. For once, you can't go 9. And on the other hand, it's kind of difficult to hit Zag. And yeah, when you don't have Zag and you're rolling, you are limiting your potential because you don't get any blobs. So here, pretty sure the player is to stay above 50, but roll a little bit for Zag blobs and Misfortune. And once we have Misfortune, we could go level 9 Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm doing. Need one misfortune. Also picking up the Brom, but most likely won't play it. And now we are giving items to Jin. Should have done that earlier, to be fair, but it's all good. I guess I'm kind of banking on getting Infinity Edge and having like 3 bis items, but I should definitely just slam Death right here. Even if it doesn't change too much, because it's just a Jin 1. But that's the problem I have, I just kind of greed a little bit too much. Also, from the items, so when your lobbies are played in a very high tempo, the higher elo you get, the more it usually is that people will, of course, know how to play and abuse the different power spikes. Ah, we get another tier. The tier is, yeah, a little bit multi-purpose, because we can play Knight's Vow, or whatever it's called, the chain tier item for Zac is very good. I'm rolling and I got the misfortune. I think I'm just selling the Jin. Yeah, because this should be the board for now. Sell the Jin, give items to Amath. Yeah. And I'm also pretty sure I'm slamming it. It was just not worth it in that sense, because Jin doesn't do too much. So I was waiting for perfect items in that sense. And now we should be kinda strong enough to go 9. And we still benefit so much from the Spoils of War. Might even get a win. Like, we shouldn't win at this stage, but the other person also was on 50 gold, so maybe he's also a little bit greedy. Should scout a little bit more. I'm actually rolling a little bit further. Not sure if this is a mistake, actually. On this stage. And I've got a Kabuko. Like, of course, when you roll on 8, definitely not switching. Yeah, no, it's definitely weaker. And yeah, I'm selling the Brom. Yes, I do. Because we get 9 now. Should sack this round. And sack the first round on stage 5. And then go 9 on 5-2. And should be in a pretty good spot. Got 58 HP now. Probably lose about 20 more, so we're on 38. Having like 3 lives. Just a huge amount of gold. I'm just in a good spot now. Definitely need a little bit more tank items. So I'm looking for a vest here. And of course some belts. Rolling even further. Not sure if I like it, but I've also made many games where I just kinda didn't stabilize on 8 enough and just bled out on 9 because I couldn't hit. So I'm just playing it a little bit more safe, which is totally valid as well. Getting 2 chains here, very nice. And here, yeah, should be. I know we're looking for a last MF item, yeah, but should be the sparing gloves with the chain. Yeah, I'm go for steadfast. Pretty good. Get him Brom. Yeah, that item should have gone on Brom too, to be fair. Also, rolling a little bit. I'm being indecisive. It's not that good. I should have either gone for at least 3 here and MF2, or gone straight to 9. Both could have worked. I think I would have. I think I prefer to just go 9 here, to be fair. But I did something in between, which also works, just because we're in a good spot. Like staying 8 would also be possible due to Spoils of War being strong enough. Here we get 9. Got roughly 20 gold. Got a Poppy in the shot there, also very important. I'm deciding to switch because I've got 2 Nunus and the Poppy. Yeah, rolling. Should roll faster here. Way too slow. Way too slow. But at least I'm staying on turn, I guess. Yeah, give the items to Zac in time. How much blobs? He's 18 blobs. I was just wondering how much blobs he has. It's 18. It's pretty good for 5-2. We're having a very high cap, especially with the Spoils of War, just giving more gold, and we are even winning. It's no good player. Of course, only a good one. But from here, this guy's the limit basically. Also close to at least 3. Looking for more Zag blobs. I should roll, yeah, I should roll deep here. Getting Nunu, Renekton. Very nice. Consult Kane here. Boost the Renek with the Poppy, giving the items to Gabuko. Yeah, there's MF. Nice. We're super strong now. Just need the Zag in there at least, and we're basically first already. At least that's what I'm thinking. What I was about to say is, I realized the Poppy usually gets the Cyber Boss, so you always have to make sure to give an item to Nunu, or to place him on the board last. I think that guarantees giving Nunu the buff. Otherwise, you're just buffing a useless Poppy 1 or Poppy 2, which doesn't do too much. Warmox would be crazy here. It's an item, but of course it gets taken. So we're just getting the Infinity Edge, which is also very, very good for the Zag. Probably even better, because we already got 3 tank items. Could have just given Renekton the Sunfire Cape, or given it to Kabuko and gotten the Thieves Gloves over to Renekton. As from positioning here, yeah, I'm scouting. I should definitely position to the right side and not stay left here. I like Elise in the corner and MF right next to it, because they're sort of helping each other out if there's backline diver. But more importantly, a Misfortune still casts even if she's stunned when she's already in the old animation. That's why I'm always putting Elise in the corner. Another thing that is also totally fine is putting one of them in the one corner and the other, one in the left corner and one in the right corner. It's also totally valid. Like, several positions work. Here I'm thinking I don't want to roll too much, because I'm just super strong and I just want to max out on the Zag blobs. Also want to hit Elise though. I saw the one guy has, I think, 6 Sejuanis, but another one is playing Sejuani as well. He's also playing extra tech, so I'm not too worried about it. My spot is just very, very good. And here I'm scouting a little bit, although it's always in the fight pretty hard to see specific units when it's just all the splashing effects going on the board. Still getting more gold from Spoils of War. We're just in a very good position with it. I just love it. Even if it performs bad, I'm an advocate for it. I just really like it. With a strong opener, of course. Yeah, and there's Spot, the Sejuanis, but he's also got 2. He's got 7, the other guy got 2. The other comp I'm usually playing with Spoils of War or Hedge Fund. Also works very nicely, is Golden Ox and Graves. Yeah, but let's see the rolls first. Yeah, I'm rolling for Sejuani. Also, he can't hit. And for more Zaglobs, I should roll to 10 or 0 here even. Should be Thieves Gloves or Adaptive Helm. Adaptive Helm on Zag would be good, but I shouldn't take that long. I'm taking way too long. Even Spear of Shojin, like almost anything worked here. Needed to roll a little bit deeper here, because we're definitely playing for first, and in my opinion, the only thing that can really stop us is 3-star focus. We beat in the previous game. If you haven't checked game 1 out, make sure to do so. I'll link it in the end screen. You can watch that one as well. Also very, very hype, very close game. So he's got one more Sejuani, and I definitely need to roll to 0 here. Maybe we can hit Misfortune. 3-star as well. Morning faster. He's also got many Zerius, so I should pick up Zerius as well. Just spamming each other. Got the Lease with the duplicator. Very nice. And this game should be fairly easy as long as they don't hit the 3 cost. But even then, like Zack is so strong, might potentially still carry it. And our economy is just great, so I'm not even that worried. If they potentially hit it, I could still imagine me winning. And he scored Sejuani 2-star, and seems like the other Sejuani player got eliminated, so there's also nothing to worry about here. I should be careful about the positioning, probably put one carry in the one corner and the other on the other side. Yeah, indeed. Also putting your front line in that corner is usually the key. So you see it's perfectly dodged. This is just the positioning you should usually just play. It's also the positioning that works very well against Graves. Of course, then putting the carry, both carries in the right hand corner. And here I guess we don't have any shred yet. Any AP shred. Works very good on Aurora, the item. But they're just surrendering because it's hopeless. And we got the second win, back to back. So, the main takeaways of this game are to take an econ augment to get a good economy going and reach level 9 easier. Also a mechanic or a hack like Twisted Fate, where you get more goldy stage makes it easier. And to use your HP as a buffer, especially when you're playing for first. And of course, let's Zack on level 7. GG's, hope you enjoyed it, see you in game 3.